I'm Janvi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about, is grammar really necessary to learn any new language, any foreign language? And for most of my viewers, I know you people are focusing on English. So is it really necessary to learn grammar and to focus on grammar more to learn any new language or to, get a better spoken English? So is it really important? Sorry to break it to you guys, if you have been focusing on grammar for these past few years, well, grammar is not really necessary. I mean, not that it's not really necessary, it's not necessary at all. It's not important to have a great grammar to learn any new language. Yes, it's not. So all of that in the back of your mind when you're thinking, are you getting a sentence grammatically correct? So all of that time, that can be saved now. What stops our fluency? Our fluency, it's always stopped when we're thinking something in the back of our mind, when we're always going like, okay, so are we getting the sentence grammatically correct or not? And then you tend to speak, and then that stops your fluency. So of course you're not going to be a great fluent speaker if there are so many things going in the back of your mind. So the fact is, you do not need grammar for a better spoken English or for any better spoken language. Do you know who studies grammar? People who are studying English in an academic manner, like if they have to cross an exam, if they have to give an exam, and in that exam there are going to be some grammatical rules and questions regarding that. Those people, they study grammar. Otherwise, to get a better spoken English, it's not important to have a great grammar. Just take an example right now. When you were a kid and when you were learning your native language, first of all, nobody ever learned their native language. We learned it from the environment, we learned it from what we were hearing. So when we're just born, we listen to people more and more. After listening to people, what happens? After listening, people tend to speak, people tend to repeat whatever you're listening. And then, do you think your parents ever corrected you when you were getting the wrong grammar or when your sentences were grammatically incorrect? Did anyone ever correct you? No, they did not. So it's the same now. If a kid can start speaking in their native language, in his or her native language, why not an adult can do the same? I know what you people are thinking. You people must be thinking, they had the right environment. We don't have the right environment. Do you know when we tend to have a better grammar and a better spoken English? Let me tell you when. When you listen more and more, as I just gave you the example, it's all about listening, because you are practicing for a better spoken English. You're not practicing for your writing skills or for your reading skills. Of course, reading and writing, they're also going to be great if you have a good spoken English, but there are some different rules for them, which we are not going to be talking about right now. But grammar is really not the perfect approach to learn any new language. So believe it or not, people, if you have been focusing all these past few years on grammar and it's all been going down in vain and it's not helping you a lot, then your approach is definitely wrong. I've come across so many people who have been focusing on grammar, who have been learning a new language for like 2 years, for 3 years, and they still are not good. So of course there is some serious problem. That is, their approach to learn that language is totally wrong. So what do we have to focus on? Let me tell you something. First of all, please stop focusing on grammar. Second of all, start listening. Start listening to native speakers. Start listening to people who are talking. Start listening to people who are talking in their native language or in whatever language you're trying to learn. To start listening. The more you're going to listen, the more you're going to learn. Let me tell you something. Let me give you an example. When I was younger, my dad always used to give me these chunks. Language is always a part of learning from chunks. You cannot think, if you have got the present part, past perfect continuous totally correct, that does not necessarily means you're gonna get the whole language correct. No. It's not gonna happen. Why not? Because language is all about chunks. Language is all about learning in small chunks, in small bits. Like you're listening to someone and now you're listening the same sentence over and over again. What are you gonna do now? So when you listen, now somebody is using, I would like to have some cake. So now you listen, I would like to listen more and more sentences regarding that. So it's always about learning in chunks. Then start using the word like let's. You listen to someone who said, okay, let's go, let's do this, let's start eating. Now you're listening let's more and more. So that's going to fit in your mind how to use that. So the more you're going to listen, the more you're going to use just one phrase or these just chunk sentences, these chunk bits. So the more you're going to learn. I want some cake. Or you can say, I want some tea, I want some juice. So it's all about those chunks, and then putting those things as examples to create new sentences. A kid first learns some words. After learning words, what does that kid do? Sentences. Then some, complex sentences. And then at the last part, that kid is using some sentences that are grammatically incorrect. But is someone correcting that kid? Nope. So why are you thinking you can correct yourself? I know what you people are thinking again. You people must be thinking, well, we are adults now, so of course we need to have our grammar correct. And you will have your grammar correct if you're just going to stop focusing on grammar more and more. You're going to have your grammar correct, and that is it. And after doing these chunk bits, the next part is that what you people have to focus on are the phrases. Pick out some phrase books. Start learning phrases. They're literally going to help you a lot. Grammar, it's not going to help you. Phrases, they are going to help you. The more chunks you're going to use in a sentence, the more phrases you're going to use in a sentence, the better you do it. A phrase consists of so many grammatical things. You do not have to question everything. Why isn't this phrase, are we using is or we are using are? English is basically not maths, and this is a hard fact that people have to keep in their mind, is that there is no reason. It's a language. It's not some sort of your maths or your science where you can do some practicals and can prove that an answer is correct. It's just about when you learn a phrase, or when you learn when you learn a chunk bit, like I would like to, let's, or I want. So that is just it. It's not about why in I would like to, why are we not using I shall like to, or why are we not using I will like to? Why are we just using would? Because that's the rule. That's the rule of any spoken language, is that there are no rules. It's just how it is. And this is something that people, tend to argue over this a lot. And I don't really like it, because there are no rules, people. It's just that you people have to fit in your mind is just how things are. And that's it. So stop focusing on grammar. Otherwise, you people are going to be messing around your whole life and you can't ever be fluent. So please stop focusing on grammar. Other than that, please start learning in chunks and bits, from words to sentences, from sentences to paragraphs to complex sentences, and then to sentences that are not really grammatically correct. Please ignore the background noise. There's something wrong with my mic today, so I'm sorry about that. And then moving on, what we have got then, phrases. Learn that more and more, and then start using them as examples. There you are, a fluent English speaker, or a fluent speaker in any language you're learning. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, and if you people have any queries, you can follow me on my social medias, and you can ask me your questions there, or you can drop it in the comment section below. Also, I'd love some recommendations, what kind of videos you people are looking for. And that is it. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe. Bye.